Welcome to the Geordie Wine Guide from Burgundy. I set off for Burgundy and I took a van and I had my wine openers, glasses, I even took this cool box, my notepads. The thing that I forgot was my suitcase. So you might notice that I'm wearing the same t-shirt in every video or picture. So that's why I'm wearing this one, because I want it to keep like consistent. I was washing my pants every night before I went to bed and then hanging them up. But I didn't care because it was all about wine, so all about the wine. But Chardonnay, it seems like the safe choice when you go in a bar. A lot of people think, oh, I don't like Chardonnay. But really, White Burgundy is Chardonnay, but the people of Burgundy aren't really bothered about what grape it is. They're just bothered about where it was grown. So the best sites, on the bottle, you'll have the name of the vineyard. Fuckers! I'm gonna have to call the fireman again. It's not even putting out any heat. I've said this before, haven't I? This one was grown near the village of Pouligny-Montrachet. This one was grown just down the road in the next village called Meursault. And they're made out of the same grape. The winemakers use the same growing techniques. They're basically the same in the winery as well. But the only thing is, the small piece of land that they were grown on is a little bit different. That shot of me with that crossroads really highlights the importance of the little site. The wine from just up the hill is £1,000 a bottle, and then just down the hill it goes to 500 quid, and then if you go a little bit further down, £10 a bottle. Stuff on the flat. The small piece of land that they were grown on is a little bit different, so it might have different drainage, different sun, it might have a bit of limestone, or it might just be slightly different wind, or just tiny little differences, blah blah blah. So this is a basic White Burgundy, the same grape, the same winemaking techniques as the stuff that's on the top of the hill that costs 1,000 quid. So this wine costs 9 quid and it's from Burgundy, and it's from the flat bit. The place, the little microclimate, isn't that good, and they just blend the grapes from all those little bits. That's why it's cheap, but it gives you a similar feel for what the expensive wines taste like. So it's the same sort of style, elegant, floral, it's got a bit of mineral content. But then as you go up the hills and then to the expensive areas and spend more on the bottles, and then find the ones that are from specific villages like this one, then it starts to just amplify the flavours. So it's basically what's in this 9 quid bottle. You spend a bit more money in Burgundy and you get more concentration, you get more depth, you get more stuff jumping out the glass, you get more minerality, bigger, fuller. Burgundy is for everyone, you don't have to have loads of money. If you've got lots of money and you've got a good palate and you're interested in wine, then it's literally the ultimate place to taste wine. Some people have said it's like the cocaine of Chardonnay. It's addictive. You have one smell of a Premier Cru like this, and that's it, you're hooked, you're just like, oh. Let's open this bottle, see what the crack is. Right, got a bottle of Pouligny-Montrachet. This is from just around the village, but certain bits, like I've explained before, it can be thousands of quid for one bottle. This one, I'm expecting to be a little bit more amplified. Basically that on steroids. Big mouthfeel, loads of limestone, so that's good. Oh, beautiful. Quite expensive though. That's one village. This is really elegant. It's a bit floral, very lovely in the mouth, very clean and just beautiful, viscous, luscious. So it's a lovely wine. We also went to the Jobard winery. I'll show you a bit of the footage from when I was there. You join us from Domaine Jobard Moret. They're in Meursault, so white wines. We drank some unbelievable whites today, from normal village wines to Premier Crus. And Valentin's just loading up our boxes on a massive trolley. And here's these wines. It's got Meursault's, lovely minerality, beautifully buttery, rich, elegant Chardonnay. It's one of the best Meursaults I've ever had. Jobard Moret in Meursault for the Geordie Wine Guide. I talked about Pouligny-Montrachet, really famous. So then we went to the next village down, which is a little bit further east, and we went to Meursault. So I met this guy called Valentin Jobard, who's the winemaker. He looks like he looks a little bit Spanish or Italian, but he's French. And he was wearing one of them life preservers that they have on Back to the Future. And because I had a little notepad and I was taking notes and I was swirling properly like this, you know, I've practiced me swirling, He thought we were trade customers. He let us go through all the barrels and he was putting his little stick in, taking the wine out. But his Merceau is f***ing ridiculous, like amazing. So when we're in the winery, I was lucky because I had a couple of dolly birds with us. I had my girlfriend and her friend who speaks French. She was sort of charming Valentin and he was giving us all the best wines and it was mint. So this is one of the best ones they do. It's called Merceau Perousseau Premier Cru. It's really rich, it's a little bit nutty. It's got this amazing limestone grip. So it like grips your mouth, it's really tight. It's like, you can still taste it for like 30 seconds after you've had a little sip. You can't go to Burgundy with a load of money and say, I want to buy that vineyard. The chances are that vineyard will have been in someone's family for 300 years or something. It's really spiritual, really historic. So you might be asking, how can I get some of this magic for myself? It's a bit tricky because you're not going to see Chardonnay on any of these labels. It says Chardonnay, this one. So that's like a starter one. And then once you get to know the region in general, you can start going to each village and just seeing what there is. Different villages have different prices. So this one, Merceau, that's top quality, that's 30 quid minimum. This other one, Pouilly-Montrachet, that's another one, 30, 40 quid minimum. The sky's the limit. But you know that 1,000 quid one I was telling you about? That really perfect site with the sun that comes on it and the limestone. A totally perfect one. You know that little crossroads I was on before? Another one. At the top of that hill, there's another village called Saint-Aubin, and it's on the same hill as that 1,000 quid wine. But just because it's at the top and there's a bit more wind and it's not quite as good, that little microclimate, so you can get a bit of that magic without spending a fortune. It's called Saint-Aubin en Remilly Premier Cru. But you get some of that magic of that lower slopes. It's floral, it's interesting, it's lovely mouthfeel, limestone, fresh, beautifully balanced wine. This one's got a little bit of golden colour as well. It's had a bit of oak. Look at that. Lush. It's great with seafood, White Burgundy. It's good with oily fish and smoked salmon as well. If you've got one that's had a bit of oak. This one's got oak, you can tell because it's a little bit golden and it smells of vanilla. But it's not like the overly oaked Chardonnays of the New World. This is just delicate oak, so maybe like 15% of the wine has been oaked, and then at the end they'll blend the wine that hasn't had any oak, who's probably had a stainless steel, and they'll blend them together, so you get this lovely elegant wine that has caramelly toasty notes, but it's fresh and easy drinking as well. Well, I'm going to be absolutely wankered tonight because I've got so much White Burgundy, it's literally like bloody drugs. It just makes me so happy. Get started on some cheaper ones. You'll probably enjoy the nice freshness and the citrus and the balance. But as you move up to the village levels, you get really buttery type things. So rich, rounded, bit nutty, caramels, flowers. So you're in the French section of your supermarket. I got this one today from Waitrose. Really easy to find. It even says White Burgundy, so they're doing exactly what I'm trying to do, is trying to tell you how great it is and just get you started. So White Burgundy is written on the bottle, which is quite helpful. Louis Latour is a good producer, so have a look at them. You'll see this little white yellow bit, yeah. And then you get up to village levels. So a bit more interesting, buttery, nice big voluptuous wines. That's great. And then this one, this is like really powerful, rich stuff. This is like the Jennifer Lopez of Chardonnay. This one's probably like the Taylor Swift of Chardonnays. It's a bit more dainty, but still quite exciting. And I got this mega one. Look at this. It's mega. So, my favourite region in the world. We've experienced a few of the white wines from Burgundy. They're made out of Chardonnay, but don't worry about the Chardonnay thing. It's all about where it was grown. And it's so interesting because each little village has got its own different flavour. And this Bourgogne will get you started. So have a look in the supermarket for some White Burgundy and have it with some fish and you'll love it. You'll be loving life, honestly. You'll be like, whoa. Alright, so you go to YouTube and you press subscribe, and then you go to Facebook and then you press like. Instagram, you need to go on your phone for that because it's shite on the computer. Go on to Twitter and then you do a tweet. So yeah.